All right, good evening, guys. Thanks for joining me on my very first York Deek podcast. Today I have with me my brother Jacob Diaz. Jacob Diaz is the captain of the York Deek football team. He's also an all-state, all-area, and all-district athlete for football. So thank you for joining me today on my first one, Jacob.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime, man.
So I just want to talk about how the season's going, how you're doing in your daily life. Um, my first question is I know you're really good at football and really talented. So, how do you guys feel like you guys have done in the past few years with the teams, the state championship team 2 years ago and the team from last year? How do you feel like the team has just talked about each other and just played with each other? How do you think that went?
I think 2 years ago we really played well with each other.
Mm-hmm.
The team just was bonded very well. Like the seniors and the juniors were a really close group. And then I was a sophomore at the time. We weren't quite as involved in that group of guys as we were, and that kind of showed the next year. Like when I was a junior and they were seniors, we didn't have the chemistry I think that we wanted, especially in the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Like me starting to get varsity reps at the beginning of the season, I didn't really feel as close to the team. Like I didn't feel the family that we quite talk about as much. But throughout the season, by the end of the season, wow, we were a real close group, and it kind of showed. So we started playing a lot better towards the end of the season.
How did it feel having to step up and your role on the team increasing more as being the running back, the starting running back of the York Dick football team?
Like when I was a junior?
Yes.
I think it's just, I don't know. When I first stepped out there, it made me really nervous.
Yeah.
I was like not really sure. I was like not. It was just kind of weird going
Mhm.
from like not being that guy to being the guy, and then when you start to get put in there, it boosts your confidence a lot. Like at first you get nervous, and then you all of a sudden you feel super confident, and you feel like you belong there. And it's just
Exactly.
motivating.
And that's understanding. We had a lot of guys as a lot of talented guys. Some people might say that was the best class, and it was true. 2 years ago, we had the state championship team, and last year we had a really good team. But with that class leaving last year, what was your expectations on the team this year before the season currently right now?
Before the
In the
season,
summer.
before the season, I thought we were going to do fine.
Yeah.
If like honestly, I believe if we were all healthy and we were all 100%, I feel like we'd be a very different team right now. And a lot of those games that we played this year have been all winnable games. But beginning of the season, I had this my expectations weren't any lower.
Yeah.
I still expected to be York football. We still going to get that. Like we're still a great team. We're still a great program. Our effort level and our passion and our drive never changes. And I think the thing that really hurt us this year was depth.
Yeah.
Last year, when we had big guys go down, we had other guys to step up. And this year, we had a couple. I went down with my broken collarbone,
Mm-hmm.
and then Tom has a broken hand, which hurt him on offense, and he can't tackle as well. And you went down with a sprained ankle. We just didn't have guys to step up afterwards, like we did last year, and that just really really hurt our team.
I feel like after the big three guys went down, the whole team just kind of told themselves like, oh man, we're not playing with those guys. We're not as good as we could have been. But it's just one of those things where young guys have to step up when they're playing. I feel like this year, as we started off, everybody had a lot of confidence going into the season, thinking, hey, we're going to prove the whole state wrong. We're just going to prove everybody wrong, saying that we're not good and we're not going to win another state championship. And that's the mentality that you got to have, but you got to maintain that mentality. The young guys, they're juniors, are starting, so they don't really know what's up to code, what they have to do.
We don't have a lot of experience there.
Not a lot of experience with them. We have a young line. We have probably 2 starting seniors. So it's just one of those. Yeah, it's just one of those things where like the guys have to kind of get up to speed with everybody else and kind of mature and just know their roles on the team. So I know you went down with a broken collarbone, and I know you've been part of the team. You've been helping out the team, and that must be really hard for you. And I honestly, I want to just tell you good job for that. But what's the difference between playing with an injury and being out, and also just being out for the season? How do you feel, and how did you get through all those emotions going on? Because I know it's hard.
Well, really, just drove me through that was just knowing that I still have to be there for my team, that my team still needs me, and I can't. I can't act like the season's over. I can't get all sad because I'm a captain of the team.
Yeah.
That's gonna bring the team morale down. That's gonna hurt the team. And so I've done my best to try and be a positive person through it all. Obviously, it's a huge disappointment for me, especially since all the work I put in throughout through the summer. But there's more to life than football. It's about like the memories I make this senior year, and I don't want to ruin it by being like, oh, I'm all disappointed and sad. I'm just gonna have the best time that I possibly can with the situation that I was given.
Yeah. And you just gotta kind of look at the bright side. You're out there with your brothers. It's your last year. You just want to make the whole town of York just want to be happy for you guys. And you know, it it breaks my heart seeing that all the work that you put in and this happens. But there's always something that comes out of it. Uh, you know, the work that you put in will not go unnoticed. I know that people still talk about you, and the team just they're happy that you're still cheering on, and I'm happy for you. Um, so just keep up the great work helping the team. So I just want to talk about the season now. We have one more game to go against Cree on Friday, and how do you feel like we're going into that game?
I feel like now we're less we have less injuries than we did.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I'm still out, but you're back completely back 100% from your ankle, and then Tom doesn't have the thing on his hand because he broke his hand, so he doesn't have the club on his hand anymore. So we can use him at tight end this week. So he's actually be catching some passes, and so I feel like that'll help us out a lot having Tom back because we don't really have any pass threats other than Tom. He's the only one that can go up and get a ball, and so I feel like that's going to help our pass offense a lot, and that'll open up the run too. And I know Jake's been doing a great job. Like Jake Irwin doing a great job starting quarterback now. He's been doing a great last week he did a great job. But we also need to just work on limiting mistakes.
Yeah.
I feel like if we limit mistakes, we'll win by a lot. It won't be a close game. But if we make those mistakes like we have in the past, I feel like it'll be close.
Oh, it will be close. You talked about depth on the team, and that's just been a big issue for us these last games. With a few of our guys going down, including our quarterback Ty Bart, who's been out with a bone bruise on his knee. So it's just been hard on the team, losing all those players. This week we won't be playing with our center, but we got other people stepping up. How do you just feel like we've overcome those big hurdles of just people going out? What are some steps that we've overcome?
I feel like the person who's done the best job of overcoming it probably has been Jake Irwin so
Jake
far.
Irwin, yes.
Jake Irwin has stepped up for our team because I know he's the only but he's kind of one of the only people that I've seen step up really, and I feel like that you can see it in our team Jake's been stepping up and he's still confident. He still wants to play. He's ready to go and he brings his A game every single play, and I don't question the effort. I just question the how locked in everyone is. How you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just sometimes it's just hard to tell if everyone is as hungry as Jake is. Because I know Jake has not given up on the season. He still wants to be great. And sometimes I question if everyone else is still putting in has the same mentality that Jake does.
No, it is true. I've seen him just step up every day. He's getting better. He wants to get better. And one hard thing to do, and I know this too, learning a new position is just really hard, and especially in the season when you're a quarterback.
Middle of the season, moving quarterback.
He had to step up and be a quarterback. He had to lead the team. He had a great game on Friday, and I'm proud of him because he put work in during practice. So, big props to Jake Irwin. He's been a great example for everybody, and I've no doubt that next year he's going to be a great team captain when the seniors are gone this year. But, I know you wrestle too. How do you feel like your broken collarbone will affect you during wrestling?
I think what'll be the hardest is for me, trying to get my strength back after being out and trying to get back into shape. So I think after football, if we don't make it deep and I don't play another game, I think I'm just going to take some time off of full-on live wrestling first, just to make sure I'm 100% because I don't need to be there for the beginning of the season anyways. The only thing that really matters in wrestling is districts.
Yeah, that's honestly true. And I know last year you hurt yourself and you were out for the whole year.
And that, I didn't think it because football's my main sport.
Yeah.
And I didn't think it would be that devastating, but missing that season, missing the opportunity to spend the time with my brothers, it still hurt. It hurt more than I thought it would. And so this year I want to make sure I'm 100% ready to go, and so I can have the best season that I possibly can, and just have the best team that we possibly can, because I know our team's going to be really good this year.
Yeah.
Our team is probably one of the best in the state in wrestling this year, and so we'll have a chance to win a state title this year. and I want to help the team.
Mhm.
I want to help bring that home to York.
And you would be a great, you know, person to have stepping up on that heavyweight class around when you're wrestling 195, right?
182 actually.
182. So you still be a great person to be wrestling there. And I know we're gonna have a great season this year because last year we got fifth at state, and you know we were matches away from getting first. So I'm hoping this year, you know, we can bring something to York. You know, our head coach Chad Maddox left, and it was one of those things where you can't really be mad at him. He was doing his job. He was trying to feed his family.
Best decision.
And, you know, his best decision for him. He accomplished his dream of being a collegiate coach. So proud of him. But we have a new head coach, Daryl Brands, who's just been he's been part of the wrestling community for a while, especially in York.
Mm-hmm. He wrestled at York.
Yeah, he wrestled at York. He was a medalist, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he was a medalist in York.
So that's good having him back at the program, an alumni, teaching people, you know, teaching the wrestlers how to be great men.
I feel like everyone respects him a lot.
Yeah.
Everyone on the team respects him, and they're happy that he's the coach. Mm-hmm. Everyone loves him. He's a great dude, and I'm ready for the season with him. I'm more excited about this season than I was about any season with Maddox. You know.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he's like, feel like sometimes when I go into the wrestling season, I'm a little nervous and I'm a little like, I wonder how hard Maddox is going to work us this year. And I'm more like, I can't wait to like see how. I'm excited to see how Brands takes. Like how he takes control of the team and how practice are going to look and how things are going to roll out.
Yeah. And sometimes change is needed for a program, and I feel like it just came at the right time. Last year we had a lot of young guys. I'm pretty sure probably
most of our team was
sophomores, and you know we accomplished great things. So this year everybody has experience under their belt. Even if they wrestled JV, they had to step up at probably some varsity meets. So, you know, that's good that we have people and wrestlers that are just have experience under the belt and just we can do great things this season. So I'm looking forward to what we accomplish. Mm-hmm. I know we have our medalist, our sophomore medalist last year, Thomas Ivy, getting fifth place. So I'm excited to see what him and you know Kobe Lyons. I've seen him in the.
He's been working.
He's been working hard. I've seen him in the weight room and the mats.
Cutting down 170s too.
So that's big. I'm proud of him for stepping up and you know realizing what he needs to do to get that title. You know, what's some things that you just want to talk about? You know, what are some struggles that you've seen this last year that you weren't expecting? I know your arm. That you were not expecting, but you know, what are some other things that have just distracted you or you know been an influence to you?
I don't know. I feel like it's mainly the injuries. Like injuries have always like I'm just really injury prone, and I don't like. Sometimes I feel like it's my fault, like that I'm injured, that I get these injuries, and I'm just like, there's nothing I can do about them. Yeah. It happens. It's football. It's an aggressive sport, and I need to keep putting myself out there. But I've just had injury after injury. Like sophomore year, I strained my hamstring. Junior year, I dislocated my shoulder. I had surgery on my shoulder. Senior year, I sprained my ankle first. And the first game that I'm back 100%, broke my collarbone. Mm-hmm. So I guess just kind of like, I don't know, sometimes I feel like it's a sign. Maybe I'm not meant to play football. Maybe that's not what I'm supposed to do. Maybe it is, but I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see how the rest of this year goes to see if I'm going to play college football. See if I make that decision, but I'm not sure yet.
And college football is a big step, and I know it's everybody's dream. Every high school boy's dream to play college football. So just where do you want to go? I know you're a big engineer, and you want to go to an engineer school. So where do you think you're going to play football at?
I think that I'm not sure where I want to go to school yet.
Yeah.
I think whatever school I go to, I want them to I'm not expecting any big football scholarships because of all my injuries and everything that's happened. But I feel like I'm going to keep working this off season just to keep getting stronger and keep getting bigger and keep getting faster. And hopefully when I make it to that team, make it to that school that I like I'm going to choose my school for my academics. And hopefully when I get to that school, I can walk on to the football team that they have there. Because I feel like a big thing that's helped me in my life is just the structure that football puts into your life. Because I feel like going into college freshman year, a lot of people don't realize how much work it's going to be, and just having a coach like checking your grades every day, making sure you're doing okay in the classroom. will just really help me out. And if I don't have that, I feel like it's gonna be hard for me to succeed in college.
Mhm.
So I feel like I'm gonna really try out. Like I'm gonna really try to be on a football team to just help me not only physically but also academically.
Yeah, no, I understand that you're a very hard worker, and I guarantee the opportunities are going to come. So just keep working. But also on the collegiate, being able to compete in college, a lot of people struggle. From high school to playing college football or any sport in general. It's a different mindset that you have to have when competing at a higher level like college. It's different when competing probably in a D1 school with all those crazy elite athletes, but with smaller schools, like a D2 school or probably JUCO schools. Those schools are they're different mindsets still from high school. You got to be bought in. It's a lot of work with school and football. So I've seen a lot of people drop out or quit football right away because it was just too much for them.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll go good for you in the future.
Yep.
So time for just some questions, just some random questions. Who do you think is going to take home the title for the Class B football team?
Class B, I think it's gonna be Scottsbluff.
Scottsbluff.
I think Scottsbluff is the best put together team.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Scott has an amazing player in Tyson Gordon.
Yeah.
But you can't. One player doesn't make a team. One player isn't going to be able to carry the whole entire team to victory. Like even when we played them week 4, when we played them week 4, the only person that did anything on us was Tyson Gordon. We shut down the rest of the team.
Yeah.
We shut down the whole entire team, and the only person that could do anything was Tyson Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Scottsbluff has good players to match up against Tyson Gordon, and I feel like their like whole team is overall better, and I think they have more depth, and so I think they're gonna get the job done this year.
Yeah, no, I agree. Scottsbluff is a very physical team, and they run the ball a lot. I think last year when they were running, when we played against them, during the semifinals, I'm pretty sure.
No, during week 4. Scottsbluff.
Scottsbluff, we played them during the semifinals, and they're a very, very physical team. I wasn't expecting them to be that physical. I saw them on film, and they like to run it. So Coach talked to us about them running the ball, and they're really difficult to stop. And I know they had a few D1 athletes, including like Garrett Nelson. Yeah, Garrett Nelson, who has had a great season so far. He hasn't played a lot, but he has played, and he's got some reps. So he's going to be at UNL, Nebraska. So it's great to see that they can still continue that with losing some big guys. I know they have that really big quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't
Sebastian Harsh.
Is that him?
Sebastian Harsh.
He's really good. He's really tall, really strong. He can run through that defense, and he can stop that offense.
Yeah, he's a good linebacker.
He's a very good linebacker. So yeah.
I think Scottsbluff will probably take it this year, and it's good for them. They haven't been state champions in 40, 50 years.
Yeah.
Scott. They're there every year. It's great to see someone else other than Scott win.
Yeah.
So
and they got really close. They got really close last year. So, hopefully
this is their year.
Yeah, this is their year. So, the volleyball girls, they had a tough season last year and the year before that. So, what are your thoughts on them this year? I know they're pretty good. They won a big game last year. Last night against GI. Yes, I was there filming for that game, and they took the first 2 sets. Lost the third one, and then they took the fourth one. So just big
win.
Yeah, big win for them, beating the number 7 Vikings yesterday. So that was really huge. I think that they put them up in eighth place, eighth
in the rankings.
Eighth in the rankings for Nebraska.
So
Class B is really good this year. Sydney is in first with a
26-3 record.
Yeah, 26-3 record. That's the best so far. Waverly is in second. Waverly's been pretty good in a few things, and then Scott Catholic is in third. So
we'll see how
we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, we're looking for a playoff run with the volleyball girls.
Be a first time in a while. It'd be fun to go out.
Yeah, first time support. It'd be great atmosphere for them. We have a lot of young girls starting. So
next year they should be even better.
They should be even better.
One senior next year. So
yes. So, all right. Thank you for coming on my podcast, Jacob. That's really appreciated.
No problem, man.
You have a great day, man.
You too.